So I'm on track to get a new phone soon, and I've been looking into the new latest models of the iPhone and the Samsung and the Google Pixel. And I've been like tripping about which one to get. So I've always kind of been an iPhone person. Like growing up, I remember when the iPhone came out, my mom used to have like the Razor flip phone. Dude, that's such a throwback and it's so nostalgic. When the iPhone came out, like my whole family pretty much, I think when they released like the more affordable model or something like that, we as in I was like a little kid, but my mom got it, my uncle got it, and me, my sister, my cousin, we'd like grow up playing it. And then when the time came for us to get phones, like we got our own iPhones as well. We had an iPod before that. So we like adopted into the Apple like craze pretty early. And like we weren't like iPad kids. Like we didn't have iPads. We had iPods, which is honestly probably worse. But yeah, we got iPhones, and then I was on an iPhone up until like iPhone 6, which I really liked the iPhone 6. But it literally died out of nowhere. The batteries just stopped working. It wouldn't charge anymore. And like I noticed that it wasn't charging, and it was like slowly just going down and down and not charging again. So I was like kind of worried and pretty panicky. I was kind of chill because I'm like, I'm sure it's something, but no matter what I did, it wouldn't fix. It wasn't like it just broke out of nowhere, right? Like it slowly like just was discharging, then it died, and then nothing was fixing it. So that's pretty bad. And I remember for my next phone, so I've always been like kind of a tech savvy kind of person, and with that comes like Android, the wave of Android influence from every other tech bro out there. And the S7 came out around the same time that the iPhone like 7 or something came out. And iPhone at this point started really changing up everything. Like they got rid of like their traditional home button. And I think the headphone jack was removed or something like that. Like they changed it crazy. And I remember I was like kind of not liking it. They also like they leaned away from the like skeuomorphic design and were turning into like flat design. I remember I was so against that, but I mean everywhere did that pretty much. But I got an S7 Edge, and boy, actually no, I think it might have just been S7. Well, I don't know, but it had like that curved screen that basically went out to the bevels. That was such a beautiful phone, and I loved it, dude. It's kind of crazy thinking back to when I had it, because like having an Android is such a change when all you've known is Apple. Like it's so different, because then at the time, especially back then, you had to like accustom yourself to having like the lamer set of emojis. Dude, the emojis stunk, not gonna lie. And the phone quality, I mean, by then the camera quality was getting really, I mean, it's a Samsung, it was really good. Android has like always had the rep of having like a bad camera, but dude, Samsung's has always been solid. Had a good camera, felt so sleek. The display was amazing, and like you had all like the customization of a Samsung at the time, especially back then with iPhone. Like over time, iPhone has become slightly more like you can customize it better. But back then, dude, it was so much more hard locked. So going to Android was such a crazy, like, wow, you can literally do anything with your phone. Also, it's like basically jailbroken. I did have a jailbroken like iPod at some point. And dude, I've always like liked jailbreaking. I'm still a tech guy at heart, so like I liked having the ability to do more things with my stuff. Also, I would like hack Minecraft and stuff like that. So I had that S7 for such a long time, and I enjoyed the heck out of it, and I was kind of pretty much just gonna stay on that. And then one day in high school, like early high school, I got to school, my aunt dropped me off, and I couldn't find my phone. Like it wasn't in my pocket. I had that like freak out that you get when you can't feel your phone in your pockets. It was like first period, and I was like, yo, what the heck? And then second period came around, wasn't in my backpack or anything, and I was like, dude, I must have dropped it like in my aunt's car. So I contacted my mom through like my Chromebook, I think, or something. I don't remember how, but I contacted her and I was like, "Hey, mom, like, I think I can you ask like my aunt if my phone's in her car." She got back to me like later on that it wasn't, so that's an emergency. Like, what the heck happened to my phone? I've also like I've never been a forgetful, like, lose my phone type of person either. I'd never like I've had a couple of close calls, but I've never like lost my phone. I was freaking out, having like a panic attack in school, and then I just realized that Android at the time had their own, like, well, it was Google. It's basically like the Android version of Find My iPhone. And I did it through the Chromebook. I like logged into my account, and then it actually showed me on the map that the phone was like located towards the entrance of the school. So I was like, holy crap, that's crazy. I was really grateful for that technology. And I immediately like told my teacher, it was like second or third period at this point. I immediately told my teacher, I was like, hey, like, can I just run to like pick up my phone? It says that it's like, I'm on this thing and it's telling me that I dropped it at the front. And she was like, yeah, go ahead. So I left. And my high school was like super locked down. It was never like a free range, like open, especially during a period time. Like, you had to be in a classroom. Otherwise you'd pretty much get in trouble or something. Like, any adult would like be like, oh yeah, what are you doing? One thing about TV shows is that I never understood is like how they're like all the teenagers just like walking around and like not doing anything. Like, dude, that was not my high school experience at all. So I saw, so there's like nobody there, and I'm like kind of like trying to not look inconspicuous because I'm like at the front of the school, and like I could easily be like, a teacher could easily just like walk up and be like, hey, what are you doing? Like, but I get to the entrance of the school and nobody's there. Luckily, but I look around and there's no phone, no nothing. So I'm just worried, but I know that it's somewhere. And then I realized it must have been outside. So I'm like, and the doors are like locked. I didn't want to like lock myself out, obviously, but I'm looking around there, and I was like, fuck. Like, I couldn't see anything. And I don't know, right here, hey, what are you looking for? So I turn around. This is one of the gym teachers there. He is walking up, like, it's like a long corridor basically, and he's like walking up to down the corridor all the way at the other end, so it's not necessarily close, but he's noticed me, I guess, looking, and I was like, oh, like, I'm looking for my phone, like, it's supposed to be around here, right? And I'm like low-key kind of stressed about like not getting in trouble because I was a little kid. I was like a little twink at the time. I was like such a goody two shoes and all throughout my school. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it, and he reaches in his pocket and he pulls out my phone. He got a little smile on his face, and he was like, oh, like, here you go, type shit. So I'm like, oh, thank goodness, dude. And he like hands it over to me, and like, I'll never forget his smile. Like, he was like smiling, dude. And then he hands it to me, and I was so grateful. And then I grab it, dude. That thing was smashed to pieces. It was completely destroyed. And I grabbed the phone, but I didn't react, right? I'm like, okay, just relax. I grabbed the phone, and he's like smiling, and he's like, oh, I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And he's like, no problem. And he walked away. I'm like, he had to have known that it was destroyed, right? He had to know that it wasn't turning on and stuff, right? So why was he smiling? Like, I still kind of think about that to this day. Like he just handed me my destroyed phone. That's not, bro, like, what? But I'm grateful he shagged it for me, I guess, from the parking lot. So I'm basically, what I'm assuming happened is like I left the car and my phone literally fell out of my pocket or something. As like, literally, how does that happen? The actual chances of that happening. It's like a big fear. Especially when you can't find your phone, like, well, what if it fell in my pocket? But like, dude, literally, like, what are the physics at play that your phone falls out of your pocket while you're like leaving? You're not jumping or anything. I wasn't jumping or anything. Like, dude, I don't know. The physics, like the way I see it is like the stars were literally aligned for that to happen. And then, yeah, so it's in a parking lot, and someone drove over it and completely smashed it to pieces. So it was like intact in one place, but like literally flattened, and the screen was cracked to bits. And he handed me that, and I was like, holy crap. get home, tell my parents, and I'm like panicking, but also like the way, one thing about myself is like I won't worry if it literally feels like it was meant to happen that way. Like like, what are the chances that it falls out of my pocket in the parking lot, like, and then it gets smashed? Like, I tried everything I could to like, and like I immediately noticed that my phone was like not in my pocket when I got inside. I was running a little late to class. I was like running to class. I wasn't checking for my phone at the time, I guess. I don't know. Like, but I'm not going to feel sorry for myself for that, because that's just like really bad luck. Like, it's not like I misplaced it somewhere or anything. Horrible, horrible tragedy. So, I lost my S7 there, and, like a couple days went by after that. We went to the AT&T store, and like I think my parents were up for an upgrade anyways. Like, everyone in our family was up for it or something. So, my parents were like, don't worry about it, which I'm glad, because one of the biggest things with me is like I get scared of like pissing off my parents, which they could have very well been, but I think they also understood that, like, just the way it happened, like they trust me that I'm not a knucklehead to just like accidentally get my phone destroyed, like, in a stupid way. But I mean, I guess I did, ultimately, so I am stupid. Either way, it's stupid. But yeah, I was an idiot. I like never wore those pants ever again with those loose pockets, I guess. And yeah, never. I always check. I obsessively check my pockets all the time, and even then. So literally, it's just, I don't know how that happened, but it happened. Anyways, I got to the AT&T store, and we got to the AT&T store, and we're pulling out the new phones, and they're showing it to us, and we're gonna like probably get an upgrade. Something about like you could only get a certain designated number of each, and since no one else in my family had a Galaxy or anything, I just had to get an iPhone again, because it was like a get two or something, like discount, and it's like, well, who wants to go half and half with me on the Galaxy? None of my family wanted to, so I just, two and two get iPhones. And I had an iPhone before, so it's like, screw it, I'll get the iPhone, I guess. And I got the iPhone 11 at the time, I think Pro. And yeah, ever since then, I've stuck with it. I got an iPhone after that for a couple of years. And then in college, I got myself the 13 Pro. And I've, to this day, have that 13 Pro. It's been like 5-something years, I guess. I don't know, 4 years, whatever. Yeah, but like, phones have gotten so good to the point where like you don't have to upgrade them anymore. And yeah, it's literally still really good, but feeling the most minor, minuscule setbacks of having a 5-year-old iPhone, and it's literally totally fine. It's still really fast, but like I have this issue where I'm like speaking on the phone, like on a phone call, and like they can't hear me or something. Like my girlfriend will tell me she can't hear me. I think the speaker's busted or like something. I don't know. But I'm like thinking like, yo, there's like so many generations ahead. Like the newest phone is a 17. I'm on a 13. Feels like, I should like check it out. We've had an upgraded available for so many years. So I started thinking about it. Yo, what phone, like, I should literally just treat myself to a new phone. I've been like having a steady job for a little over a year now. So, I've had some savings. Like, let me get myself a new phone. I don't treat myself enough. So I started thinking about it, and dude, the decisions right now, like, do I just get the new iPhone 17 Pro? Like, I'll never get a regular iPhone. Like the Pro, I have to get the Pro at least, just because I'm a selfish guy, I guess. So I was looking at the new iPhone 17 Pro, but also personally, dude, I've been feeling like iPhone has been losing its grip on, especially for a techie guy like me. Like, I think the line is really blurred between like what's really ahead of the game right now. There's like really no ahead of the game right now. Like, phones are just generally so good. I've heard so much about like the Chinese models, like the Xiaomi's and the Huawei's, and I'm like, dude, like I need to like explore and expand my horizons. I need to like feel something again. because the new iPhone 17 Pro like essentially looks exactly the same. The new iOS doesn't. I don't have the latest iOS on my iPhone 13 Pro. I think I can get it, but I haven't updated it, and it just doesn't, like, from what I've seen, it doesn't wow me at all. I kind of don't even. I think I like how it. Maybe I just am used to what I am now, but when I like see someone else's phone, it's like way more like, quote unquote, modernized, right? Like with like, it's like grouped differently, the control panel and stuff like that. It like has, you can swipe through the. I don't know. I'm like, dude, I don't even know if I really want this right now. Like, it doesn't even feel great. So, I started looking at the Androids. They got the 26 Ultra right now. I'm like, dude, is it time to return? Is it time to make my return? And yeah, I mean, I look at it and it's like, I watch videos and they're like not too, like, there's no one obvious winner. Like I said, phones have pretty, like, all phones are really good. They have this really cool privacy screen like thing, which is like great. It's cool, but it's like, I don't know, at this point, and my friend put it best, it's like, do you just want to stick to the Apple ecosystem? Because I am pretty hard locked into the Apple ecosystem. I have a PC, but for most things I use my Mac, and I have an iPad, bro. Like, I really cooked myself in college. Like, I fully went Mac and Apple in college, and like the ecosystem itself works great. It's better than any like integrated system that a Windows / Android would have, honestly, at least from what I know. There's no regrets there, but it's kind of biting me in the butt now because of all these new phones coming out, and like I'm just like locked to the iPhone. I feel like the iPhone just doesn't have anything exciting. Like, I feel like I'll get the 17 Pro and it'll feel like the same phone, just with like a new software interface and like a better camera. I do like a better camera for sure, but it seems like the S26 Ultra has like essentially the same camera quality, just different color science from what it looks like. But like, I don't know, some log, that's pretty cool, but that works like for both phones. So what I'm kind of appealed by is just trying something new and being able to like customize my phone again the way I used to with the S7, like not having no hard lock. And what else was interesting about the Androids? I don't know. I just wanted to like, they just feel really nice, and having the pen, and I just like to try something new. I feel like Apple isn't on the forefront with phones, but I do like MacBooks, laptops, especially the Neos. Like, I kind of want to get a Neo for like a laptop soon. And no Windows like laptop is beating a MacBook right now, at least in my opinion. Unless you get a gaming laptop, but I have my gaming PC already, so like there's literally no reason to get that. So I am kind of locked to just getting a new iPhone 17 Pro, so that I can like still do all the ecosystem-y stuff that I really like between my devices. But I really did want to give the S26 Ultra a chance. I don't know. I have no idea. But guess what? Like 2 days ago, while I was in the midst of this whole like thought loop, right, every day, my car broke down and I had to get a new alternator. And that set me back all the way. Like, I could obviously take money out of my savings or something and just like get the phone, but like I really don't like taking money out of my savings. Like, it just kind of set my checkings account all the way down. I don't have a lot of my checkings. I don't make a lot of money like that. Like, I'm kind of talk like I do, but like I genuinely just haven't gotten a new phone in a long ass time, and I was like, yo, let me treat myself. And then my car broke down. So, and it was my girlfriend's a graduation weekend where I took her out to a nice dinner, and so I no longer have the money for that, and it'll take probably a couple months for me to get like all that back. Not all of it back, but like enough to comfortably buy a phone and not be broke. So I'll have to hold off my decision until next time.